Professor Unwin, sir, would you come across here?
No, this is
I know that this particularly fascinates you.
Yes.
Would you sort of explain what you make of this?
Well, yeah.
For instance, these here, the top here. What would
These are the top. These are not DNA molecules, which show the genetic fundamental produce the human species.
Yeah.
As Roland said, it is a quarter wavelength, rotating Huffalo that give forth exploding most the half CMV squared. But I heard you say that was a rotating red whisker.
That's right, this one down here.
No, deep folly.
Deep folly.
No. That is really, it gets the electrons in a great metal, so that when they get up that great velocity speeder there, the plasma from the very water-cooled reaction troubles a great exploding metal. But this is the beauty, Paul, and I can't find words to express what is a true dimensional golden tenderhook through the human being, because it goes back to John Logie Fairthorne, who's got his first inspiral for the television holes we know in our own eye folder. Oh yeah, 30 lines per 7, which is a great clue, as you know.
Of course.
Oh yeah. Now about the hormone.
Yeah, yes.
The hormone?
Yes.
Exponential through.
Yes.
Right? Now, instead of a sound coagulate there with smoke and get the wax in your own eardrum, so you get that symmetrical, lovely picture through dimensional. Aspect ratio through.
Yes.
So, as I say, the inspiral is as deep as possible, Joy, for the future, both televisual holes and for the whole world, as far as you can stretch it, the South Pole.
Could you explain that better, Roland?
I couldn't put it better myself. It explains everything. What did you say?
Let's walk across here.
Your name, please? Rolf Uppersnell. Your chosen subject? The Life of Weber. Mr. Thuppersnell, your chosen subject, The Life of Weber, begins now. What was Weber's full name? Karl Maria Friedrich Ernst Freiherr von Weber. Correct. What relation was Constance Weber, who ultimately became Mozart's wife? She was Weber's uncle's daughter, and she married eventually Mozart, but who Mozart first courted Aloysia, who was Weber's daughter's sister, and consanguine. Oh, yes. Correct. Consanguine, twice removed, blood related, his uncle, aunt, and through and forth. What did Fritz, who was Weber's brother, say about Weber's early musical ability? Fritz said, Karl, you're a musician, you will never in the whole wide world, the month of Sunday, please in writing a crochet in the staves and a cleft stage for that. No. Correct. Name two of his most famous operas. Der Freischütz, the most famous, and Oberon, King of the Fairy Load, which later on Mendelssohn very much on Shakespeare, Midsummer Night. Correct. What is the meaning of Der Freischütz? Marksmold or shoot into the gold target. I can't accept that. It may be marksman, but it's take a beady eyeball and loll up the target right smackaroo in the midload of the target in there. What was Goethe's opinion of Weber? Oh, Goethe, slightly professional jealousy of the lyricist or poet, as he greatly was, underestimating Weber's thoughts of the grand opera, Proggery of France and Milano, but with the German, he didn't realize Weber precursed the grand opera, which led to Wagner's Jake Joy and was a Ringgold and that. Correct. What happened in Leipzig in 1813 regarding Weber's reception in that city? Oh, Leipzig very coldly received in heretofore, but suddenly, with their Freischütz success mode, embraced and warmly cuddled Weber's come through for it, rather like the Manchester Sydney goal scored Keegan for a up jump and kiss and deep joy fold. Correct. What was Weber's connection with the royalty of the day? And you may answer. He tutelaged with the Ducas Childress of the violin teacher and scrape with Stradivari, Cremoni, and Huffalo dabbed the keys of the piano, 5-finger-old exercise the Childress teach it. Correct. He taught them music. Mr. Thuppersnell, you have scored 8 points and no passes. And now, with our grateful thanks for the hospitality of the University of Jönköping, we transfer you over to the rotating cyclone centrifugal optica node.
Now, once a polytaito. You may think that doesn't sound quite right, but believe me, once a polytaito it is. And in this case, it was Goldilopers. Goldilopers trittly how in the early Maudie, and she fallolloped down the steps. Oh, unfortunate for cracking of the eggers and the sheeps and the battery full fallollop and graze the knee clappers. So she had a vasalubrious, rub it on and a quick heely huff, and that was that. So off she went, and she would trittly how down the garbage path, And at the right-hand side goal, she passed a poop on. It was loads of humus heapy in the garbage. But never mind, she lost her whale. Now, this is a sadness, dear childers, because in the slight misty haze, which all forry, let me tell you, in the ephemeral forry, there's always a fairy control where the misty risey huff there, and so she was completely lost it. Oh, folly, folly. There was a cotty, so she went up, all ready with a basket, and picked up the butter and all that with a little bit of birch. She'd scrape it off and rub it down her clothesy. Mum would be cross, but never mind. On the door. This little cotty had a jar on the door, so she went in. Nobody there. 3 baseload of porridge on the tabloid, all slightly steamy huff, and nobody out. She called out, "Anyone home?" Nobody. Folly, folly. And the little hunger was with her, so she lolloped to taste out of the first basel. This was the large base load, and too over-salty for the flame. Spitty how. Oh, dear. Now, the mid-load was a middle flabe, which was not too over-salt, and a sugar flabe on her saliva glam, and it wasn't, of course, quite satisfactual. So she did a tasty most in the little base load there, and it was a joy. And, oh, Pardlow, as she stuffled it down. Oh, dear. Now, this was great, but there was also a little tiredness in the Goldiloppers, and she sat on a 3-leber stool, and tock for lolloper, all the lebbers floating across the corm, sat on a bocus there, bruisey most. Well, still there was no one around, though she went tock up the stair loaders, and she found a large bedding, not a K-pack that eider down, but stuffed with feathers, but here and there a stalk, as you know, was a big feathers the eaglode, and it stuck in her back, and it was most uncomfortable. So she saw the cotty, and in this cot she did lay down, deep sleevers under the eiderdobe. Well, while she was thus sleepy and a deep dream of peaks, then up came the bears into the cotty. Now the father bold bear looking around and say, "Who's been tasting stuff of my porry? Oh dear." And then the mother bear looked in her base load of porry and said, "Who'll be tasting my porry? Oh, and had a finger." So the small bear came and said, "This is my base load and lolloping all down, mum. Oh dear, look, it's empty, not scratching on the bottom." And there was a general consternate uproar and complaint about the 3-lebered stool there, all the bits and the floaty, and so they had a look-in around the house loader. Brrr, tock, big bear, brrr, tock, middle bear, brrr, st. They all went up the stair loaders, and soon there was a dent discovery in Mum and Dad's bedding, when the dirty footmark was where she did her trottly over and how, and then into the copse. And the little bear said, "Oh, look at it, Bub! This lame's the Goldiloppers." But at this mode, she jumped up in the middle of her deep dream, sleep peasy, out of the windload, slide it and huffaload out of the drain pikers, and through the forry fast a whale. And they all looked such consternate through the windload, they hadn't time to say, "You naughty girlage."
This is the Theatre Snow. This is the theatre pub round the corner from the theatre, the Cock and Trumpet. And we come in here, you know, to have a little relax and see Susie. This is Susie, our barmaid. She'll have the dark glasses. She does a bit of part-time welding in the afternoon. Let's come here and relax, have a little drink, because I know what time I'm due back on, see, because you know me with timekeeping, absolutely ridiculous. And as soon as I hear God Save the Queen, I know that the audience will be in here, so, you know, I'm in.
Mr. Ken Doddy, I just spotted you with a scintillating eyeball. I saw you come trickling down the stairs in that lovely scene with the magnificent, what a joy which gave forth this image, if I may say, very humbled, I thought was for it, especially the last. Oh.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
May I take a seat, sit the squatty?
Pardon?
May I take a seat, sit the squatty on the bottom?
Yeah, please do, yes, by all means. I think you'd have the advantage of it, Mr.
Codlington Corverstone was my name. I'm the Special Society, RSPC 345, which is the Royal Society of Scriptwriters. Society.
You're the man who wrote to me.
Yes,
I couldn't make up the signature. What was it?
Well, Codlington Corverstone.
Yes,
I didn't expect for it.
You've
to
written a show.
a special play for you, and you are the central figure. In fact, you could say you're like an idea for you on a charger horse, Sir Galahad, through the sands of Wigan Field.
Well, I couldn't do it then. because horses and me don't.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Allergy?
Well, any sort of GG.
Oh.
Any sort of...
The thing is, you see, what I had in mind
Start
was...
sneezing, you see.
Well,
And-
the sneezing forward?
Yes, I like quite a lot.
Oh, deep for
Now,
you.
are there many people in the music? Would like a choir?
We have a choir. Well, we had the
A choir of Vestal...
Vestal Live of Birdies choir. Vestal Live of Virgie Birdie.
Couldn't we have the Vestal?
Well, if you will. They're beautiful singing.
They were the ones who...
They're taught the Staff Note Takers and the Royal Collie Music and Nella Hormone, same as the music hall, the Pumpy Glow, all these.
the Seven Wise...
Oh, yes, under the bushel. They lightened in the early morning. Out came the wind and blown you out, and they were all caught short in the early morning. But still, the thing about this for you is...
Is there any animals in it?
Oh, yes, yes. There's the procession of the little squirrels would come out. Do you know I got that idea?
No.
Precession of the equinoxes. Because
Right.
on account of the squirrels all point to the magnetic pole in a little slant, so they all come to here. And it's connected with the astronometer. You need to worry about it.
Nuts.
That's correct. Yes. Metal. What a joy folder. Because metal nuts, magnetic, North Pole and twisty. There's a joy. You're
Look,
quite
I
right.
want to be like a real hero, like a hero of Greek mythology. One of those here, like,
Ulysses.
Pardon?
Ulysses.
Yes, yes.
Craggy Ithaca.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a little spitlow drop in your bill. I'm Well, this is the thing. Ulysses came forth and the wonderful. Yeah, because, you see, the princess is down this treacload mine. This horrible witch, casting it in a spell, pours a load of pickle onion down the throkus.
But where are you going to get the money from to put on this musical?
This is a prop load. I was wondering if Sir Geoffrey Howe could told the smile.
Doubt it.
What about number 10, high as possible?
Well, Mrs. Thatcher? Well, she enjoys fairy stories.
Really
Well,
generous.
Or even Lord...
Gravy?
maybe.
No. Really, what about Uncle Sam Regal in Fort Knoxigold? What about Uncle Sam Fort... The President of the United
the
States.
President of the...
You know, Fort Knoxie.
I'm
There's
starting to
all the
talk
gold
like
in
this.
the world.
Yes. Well, I tell you what. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Well, that is wonderful.
I've got your address, have I? Are you on the phone?
Yes, it's the code is 03274. 713450. It's very cheap after Sepsa Cloggy, isn't it?
Look, would you like a drink?
I would have that. Could I have a Bruflate Spesto, please? No water.
Does she understand?
Of course, female of the species. They inherit the earth.
I think you're a remarkable man.
Oh, what a joy, and grip at the handball.
Well, gripping handballs is a very good cue because the song I'm going to sing with the children is Hold My Handball. Hold my hand.
All right.
Good morning. Who's responsible in charge here?
Hey?
Oh, you must be Mr. Hayden, then. How'd you do?
Yes.
I own this Lieutenant's Great Thor, and haven't a chance to do the first meeting.
Oh, yes.
No, we haven't for this. You don't seem to understand my meal.
Well, yes, certainly, sir. What's the job?
There's no job necessary for these. You don't seem to understand the basic English 25, though, Mr. Hayden.
Well, look, just give all the details to my secretary of the assignment. You know, Miss Cooley, she's right there.
Assignment? There's no recent assignment, you're Miss Cooley saying the Thameslea. You know, I've come from this monthly grill and come to meet you as the Thames for and principal for it. And I take it you're he.
Well, we do undertake anything, yes. Look, you tell Miss Cooley all about it, will you?
Really, this is most provocative and courage mould. Here I've come to milking the human kindly and come to give it to you from the monthly thing, as you'll be afflicted first month to month. You look in your impo for it, and all you can follow up me off in your secretary. A big charming must have gone for it, but that's not the point.
Well, I don't think that's too tough an assignment, do you, Miss Cooley?
No. No.
You've got a note of it, then?
No.
And I should think not. I've even utter a worm, and I don't think I will for it. The age of courtesy and encouragement in this country is the way it's finished, I feel. And if you want me to convey my solicitor, I'll do his legal for it and serve you written the early morning. I tell you, I can be as cold and legal as the next, sir, and crystal clear. Good morning.
Oh, sorry. Was that a job? What did he want? New set of teeth by the sound of it.
Stand by, Felicity. Yes.
Cue to listen in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slack, and take it.
The mountain laboured and brought forth a mouse. Mr. Legg of Isleworth editorialises about the flower pot men.
I think a lot of people will agree with me when I claim that the dialogue of the programme is definitely not suitable for young children.
Definitely not suitable for me, that much I do know. The noises sound like two people drowning. Can't they make a fantasy without unmaking the language? Mrs. Rawlins of Stoke asks.
I've been watching the Flower Pot Men for a long time. With my children, of course. Who is the man who does the voices of Bill and Ben?
His name is Peter Hawkins, and our special correspondent, who seems to be the very man to tackle him on the subject, asked him how long he'd been doing this sort of thing.
Oh, blop.
Most remarkable. You know, this phenomenon of the larynx was done in the deep research of the curricula of Uppsala. This is the university which at the turn of the century gave forth in this. When was the first own personal discovery of the that came forth from your throat-cus?
Oh, you look up about 30 look up our working for Whitley gave me my what more
Middle for the bottle boy.
Yes. This is a typical demonstration of the range of through 4 or several octavi in the one chesky, deep basso profundi. Now this fundamental of deep joy should be manifest on very occasion. Can I ask a question, Lode?
Oh, please do.
When you're doing a deep sleeve at half past Froome in the early Maudie, or perhaps a siesta in the after Lubrius, do you find sometimes that there's a sudden waking up, not a nightmare or that sluffily before, but does this go forth those times at all?
Nettle.
No, nettle.
All sleep well, call on a love matlet. With the body weighty in the middle, love.
Very tranquil, lovely, yes. As a matter of fact, funny thing happened. I was watching Ben and Bill one day, and Ben was doing a very fine tilty curtsy on the fulcrum, rotating, and up came Bill, and a little left hook up under the chin bone.
Plop up, plopped up.
Yes.
Plop up.
Sport. Do you find that the wooden tobbers, or the flower poggers in themselves, are they deep interested in sporty? Shall we say a following the football up the field, or a bogey through down the fairway in a golfy? Are they?
Very fecal waddle. Kickly very bubble, or like a plate.
Ploy with barrel bubble and Brussels prop.
Brussels sprout, of course, yes. Are they addicts insofar as they sit before Foursquare and watch the television for a deep enjoying themselves? I mean, do they indulge in this?
Tell very little.
Yeah.
Tell you very little. What tell you very little?
Well, sitting before the square eyeball and overindulging most of the West and all these deep joys. Do they suffer this?
No.
Oh, I just wondered.
The interrogator was Stanley UNWIN. The drama department started a new series the other week, a series concerned with strange noises, cracks, and sundry forewarnings.
Now, a man who has a language all of his own, it gives me deep joy to introduce Professor Stanley UNWIN. Here he is. Deep joy to have you here,
Deep
Professor.
joy,
Sit
Captain.
down, sir.
Thank
There
you.
we are. Oh, welcome.
Thank you, deep joy. Very comfortable square on the body set.
It is.
Congratulated on that eccentric dancing overture. Bring your lever below down, which you gave a little earlier.
They all tried to end ad-libly there. Thought they were doing people sitting on the knee and rubbly much of your motion.
Talking of knee clappers, yes.
Oh, well, welcome, sir.
Deep joy, and thank you for your hearty welcome. And all these lovely people all sitting on the body look home. By the way, you're entertaining caught a chuckload of all their heartstrings up below down. Wonderful. Marvellous stories, games, lovely humorous focus, dance up low down, sing it in the throat. Oh, wonderful.
Well, so where did the UNWINese come from originally?
Well, partly from Mum, the genetic thorcus came, because I thirst for language, if I may put this.
Yeah.
Mum had the knitting pattern there. With
the knit and pattly, I know. Oh, yes.
What, pearl cantog? You've seen it?
No, not the Pearl One Knit One Droply.
Yeah, I say, very similar.
Oh,
yeah.
You're motherly.
Yes, my motherly do this whole pearl K toggy, knit one drop through carry, and cast you half, you see. Another
This calls an Aranley?
About halfway down.
Oh.
I asked her what was this hieroglyphy in Egyptian time on that. She said it's a cable stitch, you see. So she obviously had the brain bocker and the thorcus there to explain what my deep thorcus inquiry was of that. Anyway, should I consider which I went to the school and improve the English of the basic?
Oh, the basic of the English. You carry on with the story from the Motherly, Horton Dibble, the Birthly, of the 9-monthly, Holdley, the Stanley, and Rubbly Tumley, where the conceivalet.
Yes. Oh, yes. Wonderful, and how clear you made the thorcus in my own brain bocker. Thank you. So I went to the... and found the English wasn't very good, so I had to take it up again.
No.
And it was then that I came home and saw Mum in a distressed condition. I said, Mother, what happened? She said, I fallopped in front of a tram.
Fallopped?
Fallopped. I said, Mother, you may fall and you may flop, but there's no verb to fallopp. She said, well, I fallopped and grazed my knee clapper. Look. There's always crazy hoe on poor Mum's knee clapper. You know, that's a lubrious quick healy up.
Oh? What, the Tear Duckleys?
No, dribbly tie. No, she's happy, but this is Mum Thorcus, and I thought maybe genetically, you know, the cradle to graveyard is carried through him a little bit, perhaps. I don't know for sure.
Were you born with the deep thorcus?
About half through in the early morning, fallopped on the floor and no doctor present.
Oh.
And I think that's part of the problem. Oh, yes.
Now, you didn't start out in show business, did you?
No. I was recording engineer, anti-BBC, rotating discos, you know. Yes, in Birmingold, you know.
Oh, Birmingold, the Pebbly, the Onley.
Before Pebbly Milk, this was in Broad Streakers.
Oh, the 2x4?
Yes, that's right. A young BBC producer, Fred Asherstallagluff 3, an airman, just after the war.
What was his name?
His name was Peter Cairns.
Oh.
He was fresh out of Stallagluff 3.
Oh, I thought that was his name.
No. He was a prisoner of war, you see.
Yeah.
And he heard me doing this once upon a time to my children, you see. And he said, hey, that's funny. I said, no, you mustn't insult the English language for communicators between people. It's very important. Load logic conveyed in the brain bocker. No, say what you mean, see. And he said, oh, no. He said, chuck loading what you do it, you see. And he was the first one to use it. He said, you could see if you can make me laugh. I think you can. He said, I'm easy to make laugh. I said, well, all I could think of was how to make an omelette. You see?
Oh, how'd you make the omelette then?
An omelette.
Oh, you got a recipe for it, did you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What was the recipe?
The recipe was to take a deep green of basil first.
A what?
A deep green of basil, and you churf the cheese.
A basin?
A basil, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have a nutmeg gradle, which is coarse on the one and fine on the other, and you sprinkle it up a low dowder.
To get the nutmeg into the base load, yeah.
But in this case, it's cheese because the flavour of the omelette for a Shrove Tuesday, and you're rolling up the ceiling and splacker.
Oh, what, sprinkling up in the air?
Yeah, for a Shrove.
Oh, for the Shrove?
Shrove Tuesday of that, stuffle down the green.
Of course, then that particular...
I humbly beg people loaders, a little pard load came up.
The Bertley?
Yeah. Little burpy pard load.
A party of the Bertley?
Yeah. Right, the epiglotty hole.
Oh. You got low for that, Lee. Wouldn't deep drop you down away.
So that's really how it began, yes.
And that was the recipe for the omelette. And who have you worked with, sir?
Since then?
Yeah.
Well, it was mainly radio then, because I had, my wife and I, we had to bring up little children, you see, you know, through 4 and 5 and get them up there. Enough for security, and the show business, very difficult, you know, to make enough money and feed the stuff down the throat, you know, for all of us.
You ever reprimand the children in the Deep Joy Langley?
Well, they wouldn't take it too well. You know, because they turn cock-a-snoofy, you know, not like the form. I don't like that.
All right. Lately, I basically not understand. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Stanley Unwin. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you very much.
Deep folly. Deep folly.
Oh, deep folly, and we'll see you after the break. See you then.